hit Elizabeth Warren with impossible choice, leaving her in the dust. Yes, it's dark times for Pocahontas. The so-called Native American liberal was once a darling on the political left. Thanks to her status as a woman and her constant parroting of tired, empty liberal jargon, Elizabeth Warren once enjoyed the kind of high social status felt by Democratic queens like Hillary Clinton. But unlike crooked Hillary, Warren isn't as well connected. So, she cannot protect herself when her own dishonesty and pandering comes back to bite her in the butt, nor can she have people disappear, like Hillary does. Now Warren is faced with a very ugly reality. As the Democratic Party works to rename and re-identify itself, the pandering Warren is getting quite the ultimatum from liberals. From liberals she knows personally. From liberals in her own home state. What does this mean for election time? Nothing good. From Daily Caller. Warren finds herself faced with two options. She can either stand for the new wave progressive movement and hope to gain favor with equally progressive voters, or she can continue to repay the party that is responsible for her past success. Seemingly unable to decide, Warren has faced this decision with total inconsistency, and has grown increasingly erratic in her support of Democratic versus more progressive candidates. As the November races unfold and candidates continue to throw their hats in the ring, the Democratic Party is being slowly pulled apart from within, aided by Warren's inability to put a stake in the ground. In Massachusetts alone, Democrat incumbents are finding themselves increasingly challenged by candidates crawling from the woodwork of the liberal left. Once in a position of power and favored across the liberal spectrum, Warren now risks finding herself shunned just as widely. As her time for redemption comes swiftly to a close, all that remains to be seen is whether her previous endorsements will continue to hold water, or if her increasingly toxic reputation will extend to those around her as well. Most of us know that the Democrats are sinking. They may have the mainstream media propping them up, but internally it's a disaster. As their figureheads become more and more radical, they lose support among everyday Americans. The idea of a moderate Democrat is very unpopular, and currently, the party is forcing their candidates to fall in step with the most progressive ideas of our time. But unfortunately for them, voters don't agree. And Elizabeth Warren thought she could garner both sides of the Democratic aisle by slithering around like a chameleon. She got where she was by pandering to the liberal base. But in order to survive, she has to become as radical as all get out. That has produced a very unpopular candidate, who seems to flip-flop whenever the wind changes. That's just par for the course among Democrats. Their radical, extreme views for America just aren't working out. People want prosperity and freedom, not social justice and tyranny. So, can Warren mend her reputation and